So again, welcome. Come on in. Thank you again for being here. This is my very first Lunch and Learn live. So we are talking about um, some things that you can do to fix your hair routine. Okay. And those of you, if you're new here, my name is Kendra. I'm the founder of 180 Hair and also the creator of the 180 Method, which we will talk about today for sure. The 180 Method is where we focus on your mindset and your habits and your nutrition as it pertains to your hair health. Okay. These are the foundational pillars that I now teach on for hair health, not just products. Okay. If this is your first time ever catching me live or catching one of my videos, hey, thank you again so much for being here. My approach to hair health is different from most. Okay. I have been doing this for over 10 years now. I have tons of video content, blog posts, products that I make and create myself. Um, I have my page here on YouTube, TikTok, also on Facebook. So, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, but my approach is more holistic. Okay, so it's more of holistic hair health meets wellness coach. Okay, and I help Black women over the age of 40 to heal their hair by healing their whole self first. All right, not just buying another product. So, although I do make products, everything that I make is all natural. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to sell you a product. Okay, my products sell themselves. What I really think is more important is instead of chasing length and chasing the next best product, that you begin to chase alignment. All right. So today we are talking about a topic that is close to many of us, and that is why your hair loss isn't just about your hair. I think this topic is going to get us right into the rhythm of this new approach, right? For the 180 method, right? So, because for a lot of women, the issue isn't just that you're not doing enough, okay? It's that no one ever told you to look deeper. So, that's what we are going to start doing on this channel. We are going to start looking deeper. So, I want you to get comfortable. If you're here with me, grab a snack. If you're eating lunch, keep eating your lunch, girl, okay? And whatever feels good today, I want to help you fix your routine from the inside out, okay? So, if you have any questions, let me know throughout the video. I'll definitely be answering questions throughout. All right. And again, if you're here, let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm actually in Texas. Let me put this down. I'm actually in Texas, so it is very humid today. It's been very humid for the last few days, actually. So yeah, not good for good hair days here in Texas. So I'm just gonna check a few other things real quick, and then we'll get started. Okay. All right. All right. Miss Cynthia says she's watching from Louisiana. Love it. Thank you again, Miss Cynthia, for always being here, for always showing up. And make sure my volume is up a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into today's content. Now, remember, we are talking about why hair loss isn't just about your hair. All right, we're going to go a little bit deeper and try to understand how to know when your hair is actually trying to tell you something. All right, so I know that many of us just didn't wake up one day and decide that we are going to start caring about our hair. Okay. I believe that the way it happens and the way that I see it happens with most women is that we start to notice little things at first. A patch that looks a little bit thinner, your edges starting to pull back in ways that they didn't before. You're seeing more hair in the shower, more hair on your pillow. And then suddenly something that you used to feel like you and now you don't. Okay, a part of you that used to feel like you, now it does not, and that is your hair. And I understand how important our hair is, how much of our identity is attached to our hair, how it looks, how it feels, how it's growing, the health of it. Listen, I've heard so many stories over the years. Some of them are very sad, some of them are very funny. Um, but at the end of the day, I understand how much our hair is attached to our identity, right? It's the thing that we fear behind the mirror, the things that we're wondering quietly, like what's happening? What am I doing wrong? Will my hair ever be like it used to be? I hear that a lot. And so that's what today is really about, because this isn't just about a cosmetic thing. Okay. This is your body. Remember, your hair is a representation of what's going on in your body many times. So your body may be using your hair to speak to you. Understand that. Your body may be asking to be heard. And maybe for the first time, you are actually ready to listen. Okay? You're being called to go deeper. And that's what I want you to see your hair health as a call from your body to go deeper. Okay? So let me know in the chat if this is resonating so far. If you ever felt like your hair just stopped responding to everything that you were doing to it. It seems like nothing is working. You tried all the products, you've done all the routines, you've done all the steps, but it still just feels like it's not giving. Okay? It just feels like it's not giving. And tell me if that resonates with you at all, or resonates with you at all. Okay? So here's the inner struggle that many of us deal with. Okay? We are taught to treat hair loss like it's a surface problem. I always say that hair loss is not a problem, it's a symptom. Hair loss is a symptom, not a problem. Okay? Hair loss is not something that you solve with a new serum or a new stylist all the time. Okay? Especially once we get past a certain age. That's why I mostly help women over the age of 40, because I understand that once you get to a certain age, the way you treat hair loss and treat your hair health is totally different than when you were younger. Okay. Nobody talks about the emotional weight that hair loss carries, the way it affects your confidence. All right. The way you avoid taking pictures, the way you avoid looking at yourself in the mirror, and how it starts to feel like you are grieving a part of yourself. Okay. And then the hardest part is you're doing everything that you know to do. Okay. You listened to all the videos, you followed all the steps, you bought everything that you thought you were supposed to buy. Okay. But nothing is giving you peace or progress. So you're not getting any peace and you're not seeing any progress. All right. And then we start to worry, is this just me? Am I the problem? Am I doing something wrong? And, feeling like our body is just not responding. It's our age. We're too old. I've had so many women tell me, I'm just too old. My hair is just not going to grow. I'm too old. It could be hormones, the stress that's caused some kind of damage that can't be undone. Okay. We think all these things and we allow ourselves to believe these things and stop us from pursuing other options. Okay. It stops us from, it puts us in this place where we're stuck. And if the products aren't working, then the problem is me. And I can't fix me. So my hair is just going to be like this. I need you to hear me loud and clear. Okay. Your body is not broken. Your hair is not failing you. Your body is protecting you in the only way that it knows how, and it's trying to send you a message. Remember, I want you to get this until you get it in every cell of your body. Hair loss is a symptom. It is not a problem. All right? Okay, so what could our body be trying to tell us? It could be saying, I'm overwhelmed. Y'all know what that feels like, right? I'm undernourished. Many times we do all of the stuff except the stuff that makes the most sense, and that's nutrition. And we're going to talk about that today. Okay. Your body could be saying, I need you to stop fighting me. You need the rest. You ain't slept well in the last few days, but you keep going and going and going and going. And I keep giving you all these signals and signs that I'm ready to lay down, ready to take a rest. but you just keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, right? We get stuck sometimes in this pattern of fixing instead of listening. Okay, fix it. We want to fix everything instead of just taking a moment, taking a rest, sitting down and listening to what our body may be trying to tell us, what your body may be trying to tell you. Okay. Now, yes, Miss Cynthia says stop worrying. That is absolutely correct, because if it takes for if your worrying is causing you stress, and we know the effects of stress on hair health, then let's not keep buying products to deal with the hair loss. Let's deal with the stress. How can we reframe our lifestyle? How can we reframe our mindset or whatever it is so that we can get to the issue, the real issue that's causing the problems that we're trying to fix with all these external things that are making absolutely no real difference permanently. Okay, you may see some temporary improvements, of course. A lot of products are very good at doing that, but you're fighting a losing battle if you are using products but not dealing with the root issue. All right. So here's a shift I want you to think about, that will hopefully help you to look at things differently. Okay. So instead of asking, how do I fix my hair? How do I fix my hair, Kendra? I want you to start asking, what is my hair trying to show me? And a lot of times that is not the thing that we want to know. I'm telling you from experience. Okay. Again, your hair is not the problem. Okay. Your hair is like a messenger. It's trying to tell you something. And just like any good messenger, it's going to keep showing up louder and louder until you pause and listen. It's going to just it's going to keep showing up, keep coming back, keep coming back. Just like any health issue that you've had, any health concern, when you ignore it, what happens? It doesn't go away. It'll either get worse, it'll keep showing up. You can try temporary fixes that'll make you feel good for a second, but at the end of the day, it's going to keep showing up until you take a pause and listen and address it. Okay. So let's look at a few things. When your hair sheds, when your hair thins, when your scalp gets irritated or tender, that could be feedback. Okay. That's your body waving a red flag, waving a flag like, hey, girl, hey, sis, I'm tired. I'm stretched. I'm trying to hold it together here, but I need help, right? Think about your hair as a messenger. Your hair is trying to tell you something. Remember, everything that's going on with our body shows up in our hair for many of us, okay? This is the thing. This is why I say my approach is different, because this is the part that no one talks about. I understand there are hundreds of companies that sell great products, and I've tried a lot of them, okay? Many times those products are not going to fix your issue. Just be real. Be real with you today, because I'm sure nobody is telling you that. I sell hair and scalp treatments, oils, creams, butters, sprays, all of that. But if I have a consultation with a woman and she tells me that she's dealing with stress, or she's dealing with some major health issues and she's not eating healthy, I do not encourage her to buy products from me. What we do is come up with a plan to rearrange how she's eating, to rearrange how she's dealing with things that are going on in her life, to rearrange how she's feeding her body, right? So that whenever she uses a product, the product is help. Okay? I always say products are not the main character in the story of your hair health. The products are not the main character. The main character is always you. The products play the supporting role. Okay? The products are the supporting role. They are not the main character. You have to remember your hair is connected to your nervous system. It's connected to your hormones. It's connected to your habits. It's connected to your nutrition. It's connected to your sleep. It's connected to your emotions. All of that. So when you're stressed, when you're not eating right, when you're skipping meals, when you're overwhelmed, when you're constantly in go mode, of course, your hair will start to show signs of that. Your hair is connected to so many things that's going on in your body, okay? But here's the hope that I want you to hear today. Here's the hope. If your hair can respond to all these negative things, right? If your hair is capable of responding to negativity, guess what it can also respond to? Support, positivity, routine, rhythm, consistency, rebuilding, restructuring. If it can respond to the negative, it can also respond to the positive. If it can respond to the negative internal stuff, it can also respond to some positive internal stuff. Okay. And this is again where my 180 method comes in, because it's not a hair hack. Everybody's framework is going to be different depending on where they are in their journey. Okay. So it's more of a healing framework than a hair hack. It's a way it's a way for you to focus from chasing results to actually restoring yourself, restoring your body. Okay. Because real hair transformation doesn't happen when you add more steps to your wash day. It happens when you return to balance inside and out. Okay. Now, again, as the older we get, yes, your hair does need some extra help from, external. It does need some extra external help. You probably will need things that are more moisturizing. You probably will need to care for your hair a little more frequently than you used to. That's going to happen regardless, but it shouldn't be a constant battle. It shouldn't be, you're fighting with your hair all the time. Okay. There is a practical path, all right, that I want you to think about. So you can shift your focus from feeling like you're stuck to feeling like you're supported without feeling overwhelmed at the same time. Okay. So if you see your hair as a messenger, like I've been saying in this video, and not an enemy, okay, let's talk about how to actually support what your hair is trying to say. Okay. Again, the 180 method. You're going to hear me talk about the 180 method probably more than you would like, but I'm telling you, that's going to be the thing that transforms everything for your hair. We work in 3 core areas in the 180 method. That's your mindset, habits, and nutrition. Because when these are out of alignment, your hair is going to show it. When you start to realign, everything will start to shift. Okay, I've been doing this a long time, like I said, over 10 years. And I was using this method without realizing I was using the method. Only recently did I put a title and some context to it. Okay. I used to own a hair salon. Many years ago, I used to own a hair salon. And inside of my hair salon, I used to sell hair extensions. Okay. I used to sell hair extensions back when, like I said, I'm in Texas. So the whole hair extension boom had just started. Okay. So if you were someone that could get hair extensions that were good quality from a good vendor that was consistent for a decent price, you were basically the hair extension plug. Okay. And so I had a salon. Most people were selling their stuff online. I had an actual physical location that people could walk into, buy their hair extensions, and go about their business. Right. So what I noticed was a lot of my customers that were over the age of 40, okay, I was not quite 40 at that time, okay, but I'm noticing a pattern. The women that were older were coming in to buy hair to cover up hair loss, okay. The women that were younger were coming in because they just wanted to switch their hair up, okay. That was just their way of expressing themselves, changing their hair, making it long, short, whatever. But my older customers, they were hiding hair loss. Okay. And so I began to ask questions like, why, how long have you been doing it? Just casually, not judging. How long have you been doing this? Oh, I've been wearing weaves for 10 years, 15, like what started that? Oh, I don't know. My hair just started falling out. Okay. What did you do about it? I didn't do anything. I didn't know what to do. I can't ever find any products that are for my hair. I don't know. Have you seen a style? I'm in a hair salon and these women are telling me, well, I don't really trust stylists because a long time ago when I was 19, a stylist put a relaxer on my hair and all my hair fell out. And I don't do stylists. I don't do beauticians. I don't do salon. So, so I'm asking these questions and getting all this feedback, and now I'm understanding like the trauma that has been created year after year after year, and then women just deciding that they're not going to deal with it, they're just going to cover it up. Okay, so that leads me into the first pillar of the 180 method, which is your mindset. Healing the way you think about your hair. Start asking yourself some questions. Instead of saying, why won't my hair grow? Ask, what does my hair need now to feel safe enough to grow? What does my hair need to feel safe enough to grow? That question will change everything because growth is not a goal, it's a response. Hair growth is not just a goal, it's a response. Your body grows and flourishes when it feels supported, when it's nourished, and when it feels safe. Doesn't it? I mean, when we're in a place where we feel safe and we feel calm and we feel nourished and we feel supported, don't we feel good? Don't we flourish? Don't we do good things as opposed to when we're stressed, when we're tensed up, when we got all these things going on and we don't feel safe? We don't flourish. We just like, oh no, I don't want to deal with that. I don't. Your hair, remember, is a messenger. Okay, it could be telling you the exact same thing. Now, second pillar of the 180 method is your habits. We need to create consistency and not chaos. Consistency, not chaos. Say it with me. All right. Look at your daily life. Now, I don't want to get too deep into this because I'm going to have more videos coming soon that's going to talk more specifically about this. But look at your daily life and just without judgment, without whatever, are you sleeping enough? This is one that I'm dealing with right now. I'm not getting enough sleep at night. I know that. I can look at my skin and tell when I'm not getting enough sleep. I can look at my eyes and tell when I'm not getting enough sleep. Okay. Are you moisturizing your hair consistently or only when your hair looks dry or only when your hair starts acting up? Because if you're only moisturizing when your hair looks like it's acting up, it's already too late. You're already behind. Okay. Are you cleansing or washing your hair when it needs it, or are you putting it off until wash day becomes an event? Okay. All right. Your hair craves rhythm. Simple, small actions done consistently will outdo the most expensive product every time. Okay. So what happens is we stop being consistent. We let our hair go and it gets worse and worse and worse. And then we go and get these expensive treatments. And those do provide temporary solutions, temporary help. But if we don't remain consistent, it doesn't matter. You can use plain soap and water as long as I shouldn't say that because y'all gonna take that to heart. But what I'm saying is not the expensive product that is going to, again, be the main character. You are the main character. You are the one that has to decide, I'm going to remain consistent. Okay. I'm going to do what my hair needs done to it, not just when it looks like it's acting up, but consistently. Okay. All right. I said I wasn't going to stay too long on that, and I did anyway. Nutrition. The third pillar of the 180 method is nutrition. Feeding your follicles from the inside. Okay. I have a 7-day guide that should be launching tomorrow or Thursday, I think. And it's called Your Hair is Hungry. And this guide is going to give you a 7-day plan, a 7-day reset on foods that you should be eating that focus on hair health. Okay. foods that you should be eating for 7 days that focus on hair health. All right. This is just to get you in the habit of eating for your hair health. It's not about a diet. It's not about, completely overhauling what you eat, unless that's something that you want to do. It's just to get you in the mindset of knowing what types of foods that your hair craves, instead of reaching for supplements and reaching for pills and vitamins and all of those things. You need to learn how to eat for those nutrients. Your body absorbs and processes nutrients better in their natural form rather than supplements. Okay. There are some supplements that I will recommend from time to time, just depending on where you are. But your hair is made of protein. Okay. So it's going to need that. It thrives on iron. It's going to need that. You're going to need the vitamin C in order for your body to process the iron. You're going to need B vitamins. You're going to need zinc, hydration. You can't out oil a body that's malnourished. Okay. Slapping oil on your scalp when you're not eating any type of nourishing foods is not going to help your hair grow. It's not. Okay. I don't care what they tell you. I will go toe to toe with anybody that says otherwise, because that doesn't even make sense. Okay. So if your meals are mostly snacks, caffeine, or skipped entirely, your hair is probably showing it. And by the time your hair shows it, that means there's a major deficiency, because your hair is the last place to get nutrients. Okay. Your body prioritizes nutrients to your vital organs. Your hair is not a vital organ. So if you're not eating properly and you're malnutrition and all of these things, and then your hair is showing it, that means you got deficiencies. Every major organ in your body is deficient, is not getting what it needs. Okay. Again, your hair is a messenger. If your hair is messaging you and it's saying, hey, look, you ain't even been eating healthy. Look at me. That means you got other stuff that's probably being affected by that. Okay. Small steps that you can make on the nutrition is adding leafy greens to your food, a little bit of broccoli here, a little bit of kale here, a little bit of spinach in your smoothie, whatever, however you can get it in, honey, get it in. Drink your water. Drink your water. Half your body weight in ounces is a good place to start. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking 75 ounces of water per day. That's a good place to start. Okay. Prioritize real food over fast fixes. I'm not saying don't ever eat fast food, because I eat fast food sometimes. I'm not proud of it, but sometimes I do. But the majority is real food that I eat. And usually when I eat fast food, I get mad, because I'm like, you know what? I could have made this myself at home and made it way healthier. So yes, just prioritize real food over fast fixes. And again, my 7-day meal plan will tell you exactly the types of foods that you should be eating to get the nutrients that your hair needs, the nutrients that support healthy hair growth. Okay. You don't need a perfect diet. You just need to be present in the one that in how you eat. Okay. The kind where your body starts saying thank you. How does your body start saying thank you? You start feeling good. When we start feeling sluggish and tired and everything is just like, it's because our body is probably not getting the nutrients that it needs, probably not getting enough water, all of that. Okay. So another thing that I offer is coaching sessions. Okay. I offer coaching sessions where we video. One of them is a video session where we come together. You would have already filled out a form telling me like your major hair concerns. So on the video, we come together, we look at your biggest concern, because everybody always has more than one. And I never suggest trying to tackle multiple things at one time. That's the easiest way to get off track. We look at your most pressing issue and we build a plan around that. That's my coaching session. So I offer two. One is an email session where you send me the information, I send you an email. And the other is a video chat. That one is a little more in depth, a little more personal. It's more of a conversation. Okay. Those are available on my website. I will have those linked in the chat. But even if you are not ready to do that, you can ask yourself questions, okay? How can you start showing up for yourself a little bit more? How can you start showing up for your hair a little bit more? Where are you overextending yourself in your life and undernourishing your body? Overextending your life, undernourishing your body. What can you simplify this week? And you don't need to wait till next week to start. Today is Tuesday. You can start today. What can you simplify starting today to support your body's healing? Okay. These are the types of questions that I also help you answer inside of my coaching session. If you would like to try those. Now, also, again, like I said, I have tons of videos here on YouTube. I have a Facebook group. Okay. You could join that. You can just join my Facebook page. I have short videos on TikTok. So if you have a short attention span and you don't want to sit and listen to those 10-minute video, I have like 30-second, 40-second videos on TikTok that just give you quick pieces of information that will definitely help you. I also have some ebooks and resources, blog posts, all of those things that I mentioned earlier. Okay. So if anything that I shared today felt like a mirror, if you felt seen, if you felt a little emotional even, or just realized or relieved to know that it's not just you, okay, then I personally want to invite you to go deeper with me, okay? You don't have to figure this out on your own. You don't have to keep guessing, Googling, watching videos, looking for somebody that has a hair texture and a hair issue similar as yours. You can do exactly what they're doing. Okay. That's what the private sessions are for. So we can create a plan that is specifically for you, my friend. Okay. Not what's working for somebody else, not what's trending, but what aligns with your body, your season of life, and your specific challenges. Okay. So again, I have two options. The mini email session is for quick clarity. All right. It's low commitment, low cost. The information for that is on the website. You'll fill out a form. I'll look over your form, and within 24 hours, I will respond with a document that has some quick tips on some things that you can do right away. If you want to go deeper than that, you can schedule a video session. This is a face-to-face deep dive to get your routine unstuck. If you want to go even deeper, then you can apply for my VIP coaching, which is a bigger investment, but it's only for those that are seriously ready to make changes. So I don't offer that to everybody, because in my 10 plus years of doing this, I realized that a lot of women like to waste time. They like to waste time. They like to just ask questions, and do no action. And so that's not what this is about. When I give information, I put in a lot of work and time and effort. And I don't want to do that with somebody that I'm going to be constantly going back and forth with. Either you want the help or you don't. All right. Okay. So every session that I do is guided with the method that I talked about here, the mindset, habits, and nutrition, but it's also tailored to you. Okay. Because this is your reset, your comeback, your story to rewrite. All right. Remember, your hair isn't failing. You're just being invited to go deeper and pay attention. Healing is possible, growth is possible, and you don't have to do it alone. I've helped hundreds of women regrow their hair, yes, with my products, but also with my information and advice and simple steps that they have consistently used to help them in their hair health journey. A lot of that information that I gave had nothing to do with products. Be 100% honest, nothing to do with using a product. Okay. So I'm going to open up for questions. If anybody's still watching and you have questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. I'm going to look for the links to the consults, and then you can decide if those are right for you. Again, no pressure. My free information here on YouTube will definitely get you where you need to be. Can I pin this? Yes, there we go. Okay, I think I got it. Miss Cynthia, are you still here? You have any questions? Miss Cynthia just recently did a video consult. If you want to share your experience quickly in the chat, you can do that. I don't know who else is on to say if they have done a consult or not. And I have to get better about having people do reviews after they do the consult, after they do the sessions, because I always forget that part. I get so wrapped up in making sure they understand their next steps and what it is they need to do that I forget to ask, do you mind doing a review? So yeah, I got to get better at that. I got to get better at that. I'm just looking at my notes to see if I missed anything. And you know what? Sometimes my chat doesn't update. Let me know how you all enjoy these lunch and learn sessions. So again, I was trying to figure out a good time. I think I posted a poll on my page. Like, y'all tell me what's a good time to do a live. Nobody responded. And that's fine. Like I'm never tripping about engagement. Like I'm here for a purpose. So the information falls where it needs to fall. But I do want to make sure that I'm being considerate when I do live videos because um, I know people have lives. I do this most of the day. Okay. I run my business primarily throughout the day. So I can hop on usually and do a live. But I don't want to just do that without considering my audience. Okay. So any questions? Let me see. Yes, I think I covered everything. All the notes that I had. Yep, that's it. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. We're at 12:39. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes in case anybody has any questions. Yeah, this is not in sync. This is not in sync with what's showing on my phone either. That is weird. Okay, I had to refresh. Maybe that's why. Okay, Miss Cynthia says, thanks again for all the information. Kendra's the real deal. She loves what she do and her classes are easy to follow. Her one-on-one is awesome. I got my summary and now I have to do the work. Thanks. Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Cynthia. Yes, you have to do the work. That's the thing. I'm going to do my work. My work is to show up and give you 100% and tell you exactly what it is I feel you need to do based on the information you give me. It's up to you to take that and run with it. Okay. I don't do quick fixes. If you're the type where you like, and this is fair, right? If you are the type and you're like, I just want to use a product. I don't want to do all that extra. Hey, that's your business. Okay. That is your business. But I don't do that over here. We don't do quick fixes. I require all of my clients, all of my students to do the work. That's why I do challenges. I do, we do challenges. We do, what else do we do besides challenges? I can't, it was the word was on the tip of my tongue. But I challenge people within my video content. I give you specific information on what to do. If you're on in my email community, I give you specific tips on things to do. It's up to you to do the work. Okay. If I could come to y'all's house, each and every one of y'all house and motivate you and encourage you, I would. I would definitely do that. Unfortunately, social media is the closest thing I can get to seeing all of you and helping you in the best way that I can. But again, if you want to go deeper, you have to book a session. Okay. That's the only way I can truly, truly give you specific help. Otherwise, you take this information and do what you need to do with it. So it's 12:42. I don't see any questions in the chat. So get off of this. Sorry, y'all, I get so easily distracted. I'm going to go ahead and get off of the live today. If you think of something, even after this video is over, if you're watching it later and you decide you have questions, please go ahead and enter them in the chat. I always come back to my videos and answer questions as quickly as I can or as soon as I see them. Okay. So again, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get off. We've been on 43 minutes. I think that's the perfect amount of time. All right. And again, as always, you deserve hair that's healthy and growing. It is my mission to help you get there. Thank you all for tuning in today, and I will see you in the next one.